Okay. Mayur, I think Mayur, Karthik, Shubham, all these are guys. Yesterday, only 3 participants, only I think two. One is the old student only. I think 2 people has been got joined yesterday. Okay, no worries, guys. No worries about the previous class because we have not yet started with any much implementation in the last class. Yesterday we have been done just a basic introduction only. We have been got done actually. So like in our what is full stack, like what the companies are expecting in as a full stack data science engineer, or it may be a full stack data science. So what basically the companies are expecting actually. So the person should be in a position to work at any level of the particular project. It's not like earlier case. It is not like we are restricted only with I was known about only this particular techniques. I can work only at this particular level. It's not like that. So the companies are looking from the full stack. It's a kind of a full stack engineers, like where the people has to work from any level to any level. They must be in a position to work with them. So as a full stack data science, as a full stack data science engineer, so what are the things or what are the technologies which we have to learn? So I have been got discussed in the last session. It's not a complete implementation. Also, I have been got started a few points. I have been got started with them actually. Like just if we can recap the last session once again. Like as I told you, mainly your data science is mainly contains mainly the 3 core concepts it is going to contains. One is going to be what we have been got discussed about, which is going to be nothing but it's a machine learning. And the second one is going to be nothing but it's going to be like an which is going to be a deep learning. And one more which is going to be nothing but which is going to be nothing but the AI, which is basically stands for artificial intelligence actually. But as I already said that making you understand all the three within a few days of 2 days or 3 days, it's not sufficient. So slowly I told you that I'm going to be discussing about those particular applications. So initially I started with introduction part of what is going to be machine learning actually. So where the machine is going to learn. So we are not going to learn from the machine. Machine is going to learn from us. That means humans are going to help the machines to learn. Machines are going to learn by themselves actually. So what is the basic idea about that? So yesterday I told you about a small examples, a small scenarios I have been got discussed about that. Like if you give the past customers data, or for example, if I give the emails to the machine specifying which emails are going to be spam and which emails are going to be nothing but ham messages. Hams are nothing but which we can say that there are nothing but they are the non-spam messages, what we are going to call it as. They are nothing but the non-spam messages. So whenever we give the machine saying that these are the emails which are going to be spam and these are the ham, the machine is going to learn. The machine is going to learn from that particular data. It will try to understand like what it is going to learn, like so which words, that means what are the words which makes the email as a spam and what are the words which are going to be makes the email as a ham. So if a particular email contains a word called as a lottery, so what is the chances that it is going to be in spam? What is the chances that it is going to be non-spam? The machine is going to learn from the particular data. And based on that, whenever a new email comes now, whenever the new email comes, then the machine is going to do some kind of a predict. What it is going to predict, whether it is going to be a spam and whether it is going to be nothing but it's a ham messages actually. So the machines will study about that particular data. We are not going to do anything here now. That means
Sir,
we are
your
not going
voice
to do
is
anything
not coming.
means. Hello. Just give me a second. Yep. I have been increasing my mic volume. So is it audible now? Yes. What about the remaining guys? Is my voice is clear?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
your voice is clear.
Okay. I think it's maybe the problem with that. Okay. Maybe you have guys, you may be having a problem. Please check your mic settings once. Okay. So whenever there is a new email comes, so whether it is a spam or ham, it is going to be the machine is going to predict actually. So we know that whenever we get an email, so automatically that is going to be sent to the inbox or that is going to be automatically sent to the spam folder, which is going to be done by automatic process. It is going to be gets done actually. So that is one of the example of a machine learning. And even we have been got discussed about one scenario like how the telecom operators, so like how the telecoms, the mobile operators, so how they will analyze their particular customers. I told you about one small example called as an churn detection actually. So what do you mean to say churn and what do you mean to say churn detection actually? Detection is nothing but identifying the customers who are going to be possibility to move away from our services. Like these customers are not finding a best. So maybe some customers has been finding the best options with a particular service provider, but some customers they're expecting something different, so that offer is giving by some other a competitor, so they will move to their particular services. Like for example, they want more and more internet usage. For example, some X company is not giving that much offers on that particular internet. Maybe the other competitor may be giving a best option for that particular internet services. So in that cases, what will happen here is, so the customer is likely to move away from our services. Instead of choosing our services, he may move to some other services, he may move it actually. That's why what we are going to be doing here is these mobile operators or mobile service providers, they are going to study about those particular customers' data. So what they are going to do is they are going to just analyze their particular customers, and they will try to find out like which customers are likely to move away from the services, and they will give some kind of an offers they will be giving actually. So which we have been got discussed about some kind of a churn detections actually. And apart from that, we have been discussed about some other examples like which is going to be not only churn detection. So in medical diagnosis actually, so in medical diagnosis to identify whether the particular person is in positive, or whether the patient was diagnosed with a positive or whether it is going to be negative diagnosis. So identifying that is also one example. But how the machines will study about the data? It will study about the past patient's data. So what symptoms? So if they have these kind of a symptoms, or if they have this kind of an clinical data, in future there is a chance that there is going to be they are going to getting some kind of an heart strokes, or it may be something like a brain strokes. So how they will identify them actually? So with the help of the past customers data, we are going to be identifying that. So not only that, we have a lot of examples, like for example, in the banking applications. So before giving a loan, so which is going to be the loan approvals. So to whom I have to give the loans, to whom we should not give the loans. So how the machines are going to identify them. It is completely based on the past customers data. So what is basically the machine learning to make you understand that? I told you a simple scenario it is. So data was there, data was given to the machine. The machine is going to studies the data, and it is going to get some kind of an insights. And based on some insights, it is going to be doing some kind of an prediction is going to be what it is going to be do that actually. So data will be given to the machine. Machine is going to identify, machine is going to learn from the data actually. So machines directly won't learn from the data. So we are going to the guidance. We have to give some kind of an inputs. We have to give it actually. Machines won't directly take the emails and make and directly they will study them. We'll intimate them. So you have to study like this. Try to find out the words in the particular spam emails, and try to find out what are the words that appears in the non-spam emails actually. Based on that, we are having some kind of an statistical techniques are going to be there. So create some kind of an probabilities. So what is the probability that the mail is a email? The email is a spam whenever it contains a word called as a lottery. So what is the probability that it is going to be an ham whenever it contains a word called as an, let us say, traveling? Something like that, the machine is going to prepare some kind of an analytics, or machine is going to get some kind of an insights. Based on that particular insights, we have to do some kind of a predictions. So this is what exactly we have been got discussed in the last session. Just an introductory part only we have been got discussed about that. So we didn't discuss about much technical aspects also, like what is machine learning, how it will helpful in our real applications. Just a few examples I have been got discussed about that. Same like emails, medical diagnosis, churn detections, in a banking applications, the loan approvals. So these are the some of the use cases which I have been got explained, and which I have been got discussed in the last session. I have been got discussed about that. Okay, so today, as I told you in the today's discussion, as I told you in a today's discussion, I told you that today we are going to be going a little bit a technical aspects what we are going to be doing it actually. So let us go for some kind of a technical aspects actually. So some kind of a technical, some terminologies and some technical aspects, we'll have a discussion about that. So what are those and how they will work? That means today's discussion here is, okay, the machine is going to learn, but when the machine is learning, it is not learning it automatically by itself, as I already told you. Like it is going to be something like an human learnings actually. So how we went to the school, and in the school how we have been got studied actually. Same as it is, machines are also capable to learn by themselves actually, guys. But machines can't learn automatically by themselves. We are going to help them to find out to learn by themselves actually. I'll tell you, like when you talk about history and about that, I'll tell you the terminologies and what are the definitions of machine learning. But what are going to be the inputs? That means as a sorry, yes, sorry, as a machine learning expert, so what are the things we have to do it actually? So what are the things the machine will do, and what are the things what the user is going to do? That is what exactly we are trying to find it out actually, guys. That is what we are trying to find it out actually. So let me explain with some kind of an examples actually, guys. Let me explain with some kind of an examples. Let us try to understand it actually. So as we said that data is going to be, so as a machine learning expert, so let us say that we are saying that we are an ML expert actually. I'm not talking about a data scientist. Data scientist responsibilities are going to be different. Because we are into the machine learning, I'm only talking about what exactly the role of a machine learning expert actually, guys. Okay. As I said that the machine, we are going to give the data to the machine actually. But first of all, we have to collect. For example, let us say that we want to make the machine to learn about the emails. So which emails are going to be spam, which emails are going to be ham. We want to make the machine to learn about that. But before going to that, see guys, simply if I give one email, that means just if I give the email like this actually, like for example, I got an email, let us say that you won a lottery. You won a lottery actually. I know that this is going to be nothing but it's a spam message actually. Let us say that so let us say that we have gotten loan approval or something like I got some salary slip, I have got it. So let us say that so salary slip has been salary slip for the month of for this month has been generated. So this is the mail which I have got it actually from my company or from my consultant. I got it actually. Salary slip for this month is generated, and you know that this is going to be not a spam message. It is going to be nothing but it's a ham message. Just if I give one message of spam, one message of ham, that is not sufficient with that. Machines really can't study with only just with a one sample of spam message and one sample of ham messages. It requires a lot of data. That is the only difference which the machines requires. So the humans are going to be having a natural intelligence, but machine does not have any natural intelligence, right? So just with a two or three messages, even if you are not trained also, that means we know that. So I got a mail with a human intelligence, we can identify, yes, this email is a spam, this email is a ham. So with our human intelligence, we can identify that. But machines are not like that actually. With only just one data, one record, two records, it cannot identify that actually. We cannot identify them. It requires a lot of data is going to be required. It really requires some thousands of records. I require a lot of spam emails and I require a lot of ham emails. I'm going to restrict it. So generally, the machines, the learning scope is only limited to the data what we have been given. That's why we call it as an artificial intelligence. Beyond that, sometimes we know that in our real life, whenever we want to solve our problem, whenever I want to solve a problem, actually, so depending on my some problems will follow, some problems we are going to solve it with the help of our past experience. With our past experience, we are going to solve it actually. Sometimes, even if we are never seen that kind of a problem in your real life, with our human intelligence, we are going to solve the particular problem. Maybe some of the people may be successful in solving the problem, some of them may not be successful. But machines are not like that actually, guys. Up to the what extent we have been trained or what extent they have been learned, up to that particular scope only that is going to works actually. Up to that only there are going to be gets works actually. Simple to say that, for example, if I say if I say that I've trained a machine, so let us say that I have given a machine some training. So I have been given some training on some various colors actually. Like I have given some colors like red, blue, and green. Let us say that I have been trained the machine saying that this is a red color, this is a blue color, this is a green color. I've given only the training on these particular three colors only, red, blue, and a green. Now, once the machine was learned about these particular colors, so how the red color looks like, how the blue color looks like, how the green color looks like actually. The machine was trained. The machine has been got trained. The machine learned it about that. But suddenly now, if I show the red color, if I show a color of red or green or blue, the machine can say that, yes, this is a red color, this is a green color, this is a blue color. As of this particular three colors, it can identify the colors. But for example, if I give some yellow color, the machine cannot tell about this yellow color. Instead of saying that, I don't know about this color, what simply the machine will do is, the machine will say that it is a red color, or it may be a blue color, or it may be a green color. Something it is going to be learned like that actually. Hope you understood how the machines are learning actually. So we given a training. So for a human, for example, if I give red, blue, and a green color for a kid, if I show the yellow color, let us say that the kid may say that, no, I don't know about that particular color. But whenever it comes to the machine, it is not like that. It will only, its scope is only within the limit of that particular three colors only. Whatever it has been got learned up to their particular scope only, we have to, it will learn it actually. That's why if I give only these two messages only, if you have got a lottery, it will understand that, okay, lottery, if a word like a lottery is there, it is going to be spam. Let us say that if it is a like salary slip or something like a generated, then it is an ham actually. So whenever a new word comes, then machine cannot identify that. So it really requires a lot of data it is required actually, guys. So what I mean to say that machines can't study with a few records or few samples, it cannot study about that. We really require a lot of data is going to be required. So who is going to collect all that particular data? So the data collection has to be done by the user. As a ML expert, it is our role to collect all the data actually. So we have a different resources are there. Some of them are available online through some public data sets. Nowadays, we are getting all the real data sets. We are getting all the real-time data set with the help of some kind of an public data sets are there. Public data sets means even, for example, in a banking, like how the data will be there. Generally, we don't know about that. You cannot go to a bank and ask them, can you show your database? Means bank won't show the database to you. So we don't know like how the banking database will be there. Or for before giving a loan, what are the factors they will consider, what data they will maintain. Nobody knows about that unless and until you are working in a banking applications. So to make this, once this data science has been came into the picture, so the people requires a lot of real data sets actually, just not like in sample data sets are not sufficient. We require a real data sets we are going to be requiring. So we have got some lot of public data sets nowadays. So many are contributing a lot of data sets. I'll show you like what data sets are going to be available, what are the resources we are going to do that. So as a machine learning expert, the first task is going to be nothing but a data collection is going to be the first skill or the first technique what the user has to know about that. Sir, what is the problem with the data collection? Yes, there is a lot of issues will be there. Your data will not be always available in a proper structured format. It may be available in a structured or unstructured format. Sometimes it may be there in a CSV file. Sometimes it may be there in some other Excel sheets, or some other times it is there in a JSON file. Like that, the data may be available in a different formats. So as a machine learning expert, you should be having some skill. So data science is all about some kind of a techniques only actually, guys. There are not any technologies. There are not going to be any technologies actually. So it is all about, it is going to be having some kind of a techniques only. We are learning a lot of techniques we are going to be learning. So this is going to be a technique which the data scientist or a data analyst or a machine learning expert is going to require. So simple to say that, so you should be knowing about as a data scientist or a data analyst or a machine learning expert. So we have to know something about what we have to say is we should be knowing about some kind of a skills like which is going to be data collections. So in our training, we are going to learn about how to collect the data from different systems. Like data may be somewhere available in CSV files. Data may be available in Excel sheets, or data may be available in some database systems, or nowadays so many, it is going to be maybe some other database, something like an which is going to be JSON files, or it may be something like a SAS files, etc., etc. I'm not writing all of them because we are having a lot of options. We are going to be having it actually. We really have a lot of options there. So that's why I'm not writing all of them. So nowadays, once the cloud has been came into the picture, once the cloud has been came into the picture, really we have got a lot of options. We have got it actually. I'll show you guys later. We'll see them actually. Nowadays, so many different type of storages has been got came. Okay. So once the data was collected, immediately I can't give the data. Like for example, you have got these words actually. Just I'm telling some kind of an applications. So first of all, let us say that we have got these words actually. Let us say that once if you got these particular emails, immediately I cannot pass this data directly to the machine actually. There is going to be some kind of an processing is going to be gets required actually, guys. Some kind of a processing is required actually. Because don't worry, I'm just using some kind of an technical terminologies. Like for example, you won a lottery. In that, U is not important, A is not important. Only the words called as an one or the other one is going to be the lottery is going to be important. So salary slip for this is not important. Salary slip, month and generated. Only those words are going to be important for us. So it does not reach the complete sentence only, guys. It is only depending on the words that are going to be gets required. So as a ML expert, first of all, we have to study the data first of all. Before the machine studies the data, we have to study the data. That means whatever the machine will study, so which emails are going to be spam, which emails are going to be spam, the machines will study. Now what, as an ML expert, what we have to do is this data is sufficient for the machines to learn? Is the data is there in a proper format so that the machines can learn? Something like that. First of all, we have to do some kind of an study about the data. That is what we are going to call it as a data analytics, what we are going to call it as. So we have to do some kind of a data analytics. So data analytics is nothing but analyzing the data. So what you are trying to analyze the data, like it is going to be whether the data is in proper format or not. Is there any missing values are there? Or is there any some kind? So we'll be having a lot of issues actually, guys. We will be having a lot of issues will be there. So is the data is going to be in a proper format or not? Is all the data is available, can be usable for understanding the data? Some kind of an data analytics is going to be required actually. So once you understand the data or once you analyze the data, so we'll come to understand what are the different issues are going to be there actually, guys. So is the data is not in a proper, so this data is not in a proper format to study. Why? So there is going to be some kind of a missing data may be there, or there may be some kind of an appropriate data is not available. So that is nothing but what we are going to call it as a data cleansing technique, what we are going to call it as. These are all the techniques which we have to learn it actually, guys. We'll discuss about practically, like what skills we are going to be requiring. So how do you do the data cleansing? What exactly data cleansing mean to say that? That is what we can say that. So data collection, data analytics, data cleansing, and sometimes we require to understand the data visually. So for that, we are going to require another skill, a very, very important skill, which is a data analyst or anybody is going to be required nowadays, is going to be nothing but a data visualization actually. So data cleansing and a data visualization is going to be some of the skills which every data analyst or a data scientist or ML expert, everybody is going to be gets required now. So data visualization, we know that it's going to be nothing but putting the data into a visual format. We are going to be gets putting it here so that we can understand how that particular data is going to be there. So visually, we can understand the data in a better way rather than going for data in a normally just like in doing the data in an normally just like looking at the data in a raw formatted actually. Then some people may get it down. Sir, then if you want to do for a data visualization, so do you want to learn any reporting tools like Tableau or Power BI or etc.? They are not at all required actually, guys. They are not at all going to be required because we are going to be using some kind of an languages like Python or R to perform all these kind of an operations. So you really don't require any much tools or any such kind of a software what we are going to be required actually. So many people think that tools are going to be the better. Yes, absolutely tools are going to be better actually, guys. But whenever we talk about these open source libraries, they are going to be more and more customizable, actually more and more customizable. And there are open sources, you need not to pay any money to perform those particular operations, actually. So just I'll show you one small example. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just I'm trying to show you some example, actually. Just how simple the data visualization. I really don't require any software. I don't require, I require some language. I'm going to require some kind of a framework only I'm going to be required. But I'm not going to use any tools like Power BI or a Tableau or something like that. Simply I'm using Python is a basic option only. I'm going to be using it, actually, guys. Simply, I'm going to use a Python only as a basic option. What I'm going to be using this, actually. Just give me a 2 minutes of time. So it is opening. It's opening, actually. So it is an it will open. Just I'm using something called as a Jupyter notebook, which has been came with along with the Anaconda. So I'll tell you like what is going to be this Anaconda, Python, and all these things. We'll have a look into the later classes. The later coming classes, we'll see them, actually. Taking some time. Let me try it. There are multiple options and multiple modes are there, which we can work with them. So Anaconda Python is going to be the better option because I can work with something called as the Jupyter notebook. It's not opening. Yep. So no worries, guys. I have some other techniques are also going to be there. So don't worry about what I'm trying to do it, actually, guys. So just I want to show you like how simple the work is going to be there. So we really don't require to go for any kind of a tools. With the help of this application, I'm going to be doing this, actually, guys. Yep. So it is going to be, I imported a library, what I'm going to call it as, which is going to be a Panda. So don't worry about that. Okay, now it is opening, which is going to be, it's opening with a Jupyter notebook. It is opening. Okay, no worries. Yeah, it was imported, actually. So don't worry. I can just work with any kind of an application. I can work with them. Just an example, actually, guys. Just an example. Let us say this year, how the sales data was there. Just an example. I'm talking about that. So I'm talking about something like a month. So I don't want to take much data. Let us say that I'm taking some months like, which is going to be something like an months, like which is going to be something like in Jan. And let us say, which is, sorry, it is going to be, the month is going to be like, which is going to be Jan, Feb. Okay, I'm writing some few months names. I'm going to be writing it, actually. March, let us say, which is going to be MAR. Let us say APR. Let us say April, and let us say that it is a May. Okay, I'm not taking too much data, actually, guys. Let us say that up to June only I'm going to be taking the data, actually. So up to the June I have been got taken. Let us say that what is the profit we have been got it, actually, guys. Let us say that what is going to be the profit, actually. Let us say that the profit is going to be 20, 34, 45. Let us say which is going to be 15. How many has been happened, actually? 15, 6 months total data, no? Which is going to be something like a 12. And then it has been, let us say, which is going to be something like an 18. This is the data what I have been, just whether it is lakhs or thousands, crores, whatever it may be. I'm not bothered about that particular data. Just I given some numbers, actually, guys. Okay, let us say that there are going to be some kind of an, let us say that there are going to be something like an in lakhs, for example. So in the month of this much, this is going to be the profit I got. In the month of this much, I have got this much profit, actually. So in Jan, it is 20, February 34, March 45, April 15, May 12, and June 18. Because the data is a very small data, easily we can understand the data, actually. So from the Jan to March, the profit has been increased, and April it has been got decreased. May further it was decreased, and June again it started increasing. Being it is only just a data of only just a 6 months data, and that too it is not having that much patterns are there. There was a decrease in the sales in the month of April, and again it started increasing. In May it was further decreased, and in June it has been got increased too, which is going to be 18, actually. But I want to show this data something like a visually. So to my clients, I cannot give this data and I cannot explain the data so that they can understand it. So see, I'm not doing any much work here now. So I'm going to be importing some kind of a library, which is going to be what I call it as a matplotlib is the library what I'm going to use as actually. So there is a library what we are going to call it as a matplotlib. Just see how simple the data visualization is going to be done actually. Plt.plot, which is going to be nothing but x is equivalent to nothing but, so I'll say month on the x-axis and the profit on the y-axis, what I'm going to do it actually. And let us say that marker is equal to, let us say that it is, see how simple the coding and how simple it is going to be there. That's it. This is going to be what I'm going to be importing actually. Okay, so just give me a second. So I done it wrong. So where is the data? I didn't given the data actually. So data is equals to nothing but I said, which is going to be sales data actually. See guys, how simple the data visualization is going to be taking place actually. So see, it is going to be some kind of a data visualization, what I'm going to be doing this actually. So in the each and every month, how the sales was there, you can see very clearly. At the March, it was at the peak. And after that, April, it was decreased. May, it was further decreased. And in the June, again, it was started increasing. Just only 1-2 lines of code only we have been written for visualization. Another 1 or 2 lines of code for my data preparation. I have a data, I should prepare my data now. That is the reason what I can show in an application. But see how simple that particular code is going to be there. Just I have written something like an, which is going to be plt.plot. Just we have written this particular code actually. Once if I written the code, it has been generated a plot. I just shown you what is going to be the plot there actually. So something like that, it is going to be a very simple technique of data visualization is going to be gets required actually. So these are going to be some of the skills which a particular data expert is going to be gets required actually. So once if you feel that data is ready for learning, then we are going to give it to the machine. So machine means here, there will be a ML model will be there actually. ML model is going to be trained. So ML model is going to be nothing but it's not directly we are giving it to the computer. We are giving it to some kind of an ML model, a machine learning models, what we are going to do that. So the ML model is going to be the machine here now. So the machine or the whatever that particular what we are talking about that. So the ML model is going to be trained first of all, actually, guys. So the ML model, whatever the model that has been created, it is going to be gets trained actually, guys. Actually, we'll first of all create an ML model. So I'll tell that later you'll understand that. So ML model is going to be created and the ML model will go for trained actually here now. Training will be given. But how the training is going to be gets given actually, guys. The training is going to be given with the help of something what we are going to call it as the algorithms. Like in the last class also I given some brief introduction about that. So algorithms are going to be helps the models to learn. Machines won't learn automatically by themselves actually, guys. We are going to be using some kind of an algorithms is what we are going to be using it actually. So algorithms are going to be nothing but some kind of an predefined, like an what we can say that the process which has been already defined. We are not developing any algorithms actually. And I already told you, algorithms means immediately don't think that like in data structures or in some other C language, we learn some kind of an algorithms actually, a sorting algorithm, something like that. We don't use any that kind of a data structure algorithms. They are what we are going to call it as a machine learning algorithms are there actually, guys. So we have a different algorithm. So which algorithm is for which problem? That is what we are going to learn in our class. There are different kinds of algorithms are there. Like we have a KNN, we have a decision tree, we have a random forest, we are having bagging, we have a boosting, we have something like a Navi base, regression concept, linear regression, logistic regression, clustering. All these are going to be some of the algorithms actually, guys. If you want, we can just search in the internet, like what are going to be the machine learning algorithms. So there are different types of algorithms are there. Mainly we have 3 different tasks are there, guys, which I'll tell you later. There are terminologies are new to you, which is going to be, we have a different types of algorithms like what is classification algorithm. And we are going to be having something called as a regression algorithm. And sorry, and we are going to be having something like an clustering algorithm. So if you want, you can just search in the internet about those particular algorithms actually. It will just give an idea like what are going to be the algorithms. So these algorithms is the main powerful of this machine learning actually, guys. So the machine learning has been came into this success stories of the machine learning is not due to any language of Python or not due to some other language. The main reason of machine learning success is due to these powerful algorithms actually. These are the powerful algorithms. Actually, two things made this machine learning has been became the success actually. So today we are here to learn. We are here for learning of data science because is mainly due to two reasons actually. One is going to be powerful machine learning algorithms, plus one more is going to be nothing but it is computing power of your system actually, guys. So we know that how the computers has been became very, very powerful. So the computing power, the capability of this particular machine has been, our computers has been drastically increased, right guys? So 10 years before or 20 years before, how the computers was there. So in a IT industry, let us say that when I said it is going to be some years back, or for example, in some olden days means it is not 100 years or 200 years actually, yes. Whenever we talk about history in olden days means it may be somewhere around 4,000 years back, or at least it is going to be 200, 300 years back. But when it comes to this technology actually, I guess, so olden days means not even it is going to be 10, 15 years back actually. Imagine a system which is going to be almost all somewhere around 10, 15 years back. And currently just find out what is going to be the current, whatever the latest computers and latest mobiles actually, guys. So 15 years back, I can say that 15 years back, like I can say that a computer, whatever the 15 years back computer and whatever the currently in as of the current state of mobiles, so mobiles are better than a computer actually. If you just think about 20 years back, there are far better actually, yes, very, very far better actually. So in 2000, approximately in 2002 or 2003, I used to use, I brought my personal computer actually. In 2000, my first personal computer, I brought it in 2001 after completion of my graduation. You don't believe it, guys. That means you really don't believe. Is it really? Because you may have been never seen that situation. 20 years back, it is almost 20, 22 years back. We can say that because I completed my graduation in 2001. So at that time, I brought my laptop. I brought my PC, my personal computer. So really, you don't imagine, you don't believe it actually, guys. My RAM is going to be 128 MB. 128 MB is the RAM. The RAM size of my computer is 128 MB actually, guys. At the time, 128 MB is the highest actually, guys. After that, we got 256, 512, 1 GB, then 2 GBs, 4 GBs. Now you are getting 18 GB, 20 GB. At least your laptops are coming with minimum of 8 GB now. People are getting upgraded to 80, 16 GB. They are getting upgraded. So what about the your hard disk actually, guys? Your hard disk is going to be nothing but it is 20 GB actually, guys. Now a mobile is coming with a minimum of mobiles are coming with a minimum of 32 GB. You are getting it actually. Now I think even they have been became 64 GB and they become 128 GB. We are getting it actually, but minimum configuration is 32 GB. And the processors actually, guys, our mobile processors are going to be still far better than the computers which are going to be somewhere around 20 years, because we need not to talk about 1960s, 1970s. In this 21st century only actually, guys. In this 21st century, in the beginning, till 2005, 2006, we don't have any supercomputers actually. After that, the technology has been got changed actually. And even you know that nowadays we are talking about something like an what they are talking about, some hard disk. There are going to be some kind of an new hard disk technology has been came, which is making the computers very faster actually, isn't it? So which is going to be something like previously we used to use some kind of an SATA disk. We used to use it actually. We used to call it as an SATA disk, so that the SATA disks are going to be different actually. Their data transfer is going to be very slow. But now the technology has been got changed actually. Now the technology has been got changed, so we have got some kind of a new type of hard disk what we are going to getting. And I think you have seen that how much is the size of the SATA disk and how much is the SATA of the current disk, whatever the disk we are using it now. So isn't it? So this is going to be just coming like a small chip. It is going to be gets coming actually. The size has been drastically, it has been got decreased actually. The size of that particular disk has been drastically, it has been got decreased. Previously, what is the size of the hard disk, and now what is the size of the hard disk, what we can say that. So the mainly the two reasons actually, guys, both of them are interrelated actually. Then why we are unable to develop a complex or powerful algorithms earlier? To create these powerful algorithms, we require more and more computing power is going to be required. But before 2005, being we have a very, very low computing power, we are unable to develop this kind of a powerful algorithms. But how the powerful algorithms has came into the existence? It is due to the computing power. Both has been made. This particular has been a big success stories actually. So then ML model is going to be trained with the help of some kind of an algorithms. If you want, you can check in the internet, like what are machine learning algorithms? As I told, what are classification algorithms? What are regression algorithms? What are clustering algorithms? We'll get it actually. Now, once the ML model has been trained, once the ML model has been learned, so how effectively it has been got learned? That is going to be what we are going to call it as the evaluation of model performance actually. That means how effectively the model is performing. So that is going to be nothing but evaluation of model performance. It is something like during our school days, we went to the school. So in the school, so during the regular during the normal days, so that means normal classroom training. So they used to train us actually. So this is going to be, so we learned there. Teachers has been trained us. So how to do a multiplication, how to do an addition, how to do a division. They have been given some training to us. We learn it actually. So how effectively you have been got learned. So for that, they will conduct an examination. Same as it is, we'll give some inputs. So I'll say the machine, you learn something, no? So can you predict what are going to be I'll give you some emails. Can you predict whether there are going to be spam or whether there are going to be ham? Then based on the learning it has been done, it will say that these are hams and these are spams. Based on that, we'll evaluate it. How many of them has been done correctly? How many of them has been done wrongly? We'll try to evaluate the model performance. This is done by the user. So all these techniques has to be done by the user only, guys. The only step which the machine is going to do is the fifth step, the training. The two, it does not do automatically by themselves. I'll just create an algorithm. They will just specify that algorithm to learn it actually. So the machine is going to learn with the help of that kind of an ML model, which is going to be we have been got created. Learning will be done automatically by the system. But then evaluation should be done by the user. Okay, 60% you are working correctly, or 80% you are working correctly, or 90% you are working correctly. So how to improve the performance? So then we are going to be doing some kind of an improving of model performance. We'll try to improve them. There are some different techniques are there. 90% only you are giving the accuracy. Why can't I increase it to 95%? Or why can't you increase it to 98%? Something like that. And finally, we are going to be doing the deployment of the model actually, guys. Deployment of the model. So we'll go some kind of a deployment. I can do the deployment even in the local file system, or I can do something either in a cloud or somewhere I can deploy it actually. So these are going to be totally the 8 steps which a user has to perform as an ML expert. So out of this, only one step is going to be done by the system, which is going to be nothing but the learning, the training, which the machine is going to do that actually. So collect the data, do some analytics, clean the data if it is required to get a more understanding, do some visualization, give the data to the machine. Machine is going to be get trained. The model, the ML model is going to be get trained. So evaluate how good that particular model has been learned, how much effectively it is predicting, and based on that, is it any possible to improve the performance? Once if it is ready, you can just deploy that particular model. So these are going to be the technical aspects actually, guys. You go to any machine learning model or any deep learning model, these steps are going to be common. Only what will changes actually, guys. These algorithms are going to be changes actually. Only these algorithms are going to changes actually, guys. Remaining things are going to remain the same actually. Remaining things are going to remain the same. So data collection, data cleansing, data analysis, data visualization, all these are going to remain the same. The only thing that is going to be changes is algorithm is going to changes. If you learn one machine learning algorithm actually, guys, automatically we can easily understand and apply the remaining algorithms are also straightforward. Only one algorithm will take approximately 10 days. I'm going to explain them. After that, remaining algorithms are only 2 days, 3 days only. It is going to take it actually. Why? Because the process is the same, the technique is the same, the implementation, everything is the same. Only thing we have to understand is how that algorithm will works. So what are the strengths and what are the weakness of the algorithms? And based on that, we are going to be giving some kind of a training to the models actually. So this is going to be the technical aspects of what we are going to be doing as part of our machine learning applications, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's class. So due to some technical issue, it was a little bit delayed, guys. So no worries. So tomorrow we'll sharply start by 7:10, 7:15. We'll start up the session, guys. Okay. So I think some guys has been joined for the today's class. If you have any questions, you can discuss with me. I can spend some 10-15 minutes time if you want to, if you have any questions, guys. Anybody, guys, if you have any questions, you can unmute and you can speak, or we have a chat window is there. Even by using chat window also, you can type your questions. Go ahead, guys, if you have any questions.
Yeah, Vamsi, hi.
Yes, yeah, Hanma, yeah, yeah.
And see, as part of this entire course, so we are getting almost 170, course like Python videos free if possible. As you
Yes,
said.
yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Similarly, do we have other complement like Power BI and W something or
No. Tableau and all these things, we don't have it. Only Power BI is going to be there as part of our course only.
Python or Power BI?
So we are not giving it. Yeah, Power BI is a part of our course only. But we don't go in depth into that because see, in Power BI, the main concept is I have seen a lot of people. So Power BI means generally they will just teach you like how to import the data, how to do the data visualizations. That is not the main aspect actually. In Power BI, we have something called as an DAX is there. So if you can teach that particular DAX, then only you have to learn the Power BI. So see, the name itself is a BA tool actually. Data science is beyond after, it is a upgradation of the BA. BA is it's an outdated technology actually. That is there in 2014, 2012 we have been, because I also have been worked on BI, which is a Microsoft Business Intelligence. I have been got work. So data science is an extension, which is going to be the upgrade version of the BI. But again, you have to say Power BI means again, you're going back to the BI part actually. So it's not required because I shown, in Power BI, whatever we do, everything I can do it as part of this one, I can do it. But advantage is Power BI is going to save a lot of time for you because no coding is required. Everything is going to be a drag and drop options only. It is going to be like a tool, but here it is going to be like a coding. Everything is customizable. There, everything is not customizable there. What the point? So because the peoples are asking for some tool, we are teaching Power BI just only for 4 days. We are going to teach it actually. But once you come to the, once you feel that means you guys will feel that. So once you came to the Power BI and started teaching the Power BI, so you will think about that. Sir, already this can be done in Python. We already done it advanced level. Then why we don't require this kind of a Power BI? You are going to feel it by yourself only.
Okay. So as I understood that we are going to touch some part of the each technology, not complete all the technology. And
because it is going to be, you are going to be having full stack data science engineer. So even we are going to work with the big data systems. Actually, big data systems is going to take almost 1.5 months. It will take it actually. But even see, the technology has been changed actually. So in big data technology is also everything has been got outdated. And now everything has been got replaced by a Spark. So directly learn the Spark. Why should I learn all that particular outdated systems actually? Isn't it? So we just 2 days, we are going to discuss about the big data system, 2 to 3 days, and 2 to 3 days, we are going to work on the Spark actually. So directly we are going to be going into that particular, but you don't find that much changes also because everything, whatever we do it in Python, the same thing we do it in the Spark. Slightly difference will be there because Spark and everything is going to be, purpose is the same thing, processing a huge volumes of data. We are going to be using them actually. So the techniques are same, technologies are same. Only the thing is the language and the environment changes.
Okay, got it. Even algorithm also, you want us to go through some videos in the internet like
algorithms and all these things we are going to teach you. So all the recorded videos will be given. You can just you can review those particular videos. Whatever the classes recording videos will be there. I think you're asking about the class videos, right?
Algorithm system. I'm completely not.
That is as part of our class only. We are going to teach you. And even I'm going to be having, that means I'm going to give you some, that means I can share you some kind of an, instead of videos, I'm going to be depending on the blogs only. I'm going to use most of the blogs I'm going to be users actually. So there is going to be, I'm going to be having some, I'll tell you anyhow, even if you now also, if you want to find out, you can see that it is going to be, his name is Syed actually. So just a minute once, otherwise, I'll show you. I'm going to show you. Actually, this is not my system actually. So that is the reason it does not do that. Let me just show you once. So I'm going to be using some kind of a blog I'm going to be using. His name is Syed. You can see him, everything. That means he will only talks about only theoretical concept. He don't teach about any practical concept. His name is Syed. You can see his name. Yeah, this name actually, Syed. So I'm going to follow this. That means whenever if you want any references and all these things, I'll explain. I'm not saying that I don't explain, you have to learn by yourself. So I will explain with reference to this example only. I'm going to be referencing all this because he will do every number to number calculation. He is going to do that actually. So his name is Syed. He is one of the professor actually. So he is working at one of the, he's having almost 25 years of experience on the data science. So his blog, it is going to be, he's in University of Toronto. He was working there, and his blog, we are going to be gets following him actually. Everything, it's a complete, it's going to be completely the mind map of this particular, the data science actually, the complete, everything you can get it actually. For example, if you want to learn about decision tree, but he will only talks about theoretical. He don't talk about any practical concept actually. So theory you can understand from here, and practical reference here. I'm not saying that you have to learn. You have to just only for reference only I'm going to give you, but I'm going to explain everything in the class itself.
Got it. Got it.
Okay, fine. Right, guys. Any more questions, guys? Anyone? A lot of people have joined for the today's class. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to discuss, guys. Okay. Anyone?
Sir, how
Yes,
many
Mayur?
hours? Yes, sir. How many hours daily we have studied?
Daily 1.5 hour. Daily 1.5 hour class. It's a 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. is our class timing. Maximum by 7:10, 7:15 we'll begin the session.
So, sir, for non-technical background people, so how many hours is required to practice and crack the interview, sir?
So it's not that like how much time it is going to be. It is going to be depends on your understanding. See, for example, if you can understand within the class, you don't require any extra time to spend it actually. Just you have to do some experiments on the system actually. If you can't do that, I recommend saying that at least if you can spend somewhere around 3 hours per day, at least you have to spend somewhere around 2 to 3 hours you have to spend for a day. Initially not required. Initially everything looks to be very easy, but over the time period, once you start with an algorithms, then you have to we have to spend it some 2 to 3 hours per day. You have to spend it.
So are anyone coming to our institute and practicing data science like?
Yes, your voice is breaking.
I'm audible right now.
Hanuman, I think.
Yeah, I'm audible.
But you are audible, but your voice is breaking in between actually. I don't know whether it is my problem or whether your problem. Okay, go ahead.
See, my question is that are anyone coming to institute and practicing data science part? So I need some people who are working, who are practicing, so that we can practice. So
once again, can you, if you don't?
So my question is that are
repeat
anyone,
it one more time.
See, my question is that are anyone coming to our institute and practicing data science?
Okay. You are asking that is anybody is coming to institute and practice?
Yeah.
Nowadays nobody is coming. Frankly speaking, nobody is coming actually, because everything is available online. No, so we have some groups are there. We'll create a group. You can just if you have any questions, you can discuss in the group itself. You really have a groups are there. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay, guys. Thanks for today.
Sir, yesterday we have received one Excel from your DURGASOFT.
Yes. Yeah. This is my course curriculum.
Yeah. In that AI is not mentioned directly. Is AI covered in some other topics?
AI is going to see this machine learning, deep learning. All these are going to be part of your AI only. Okay. So there comes under AI. See, if you go to some even the courses like IITs or IIMs also, this is AI courses only. But inside the AI, they are going to teach you machine learning, deep learning. Yes, we have it actually, but not, see, learning AI is not that much easy. It's not that much easy in this particular, these kind of a classrooms actually. Even yesterday also, I think somebody yesterday, I don't know whether you have been attended or not. Yesterday also somebody has been asked me about that. What about AI? It's not this kind of a classroom that requires some kind of a simulation labs are going to be gets required actually. So in that cases, as I told you also, driverless car is going to be there. It's one of the example of AI. But if you
Yes.
want to have a driverless car, for that we should be having some kind of a machine which is a simulator of the car actually. So first they will test it with a simulation and then they will be testing in a lab actually. So that's not possible, but we have something called as an reinforcement learning is there. So how they will learn as part of the reinforcement learning, because AI is going to be nothing but it's all about reinforcement learning actually. We don't train them. So as I told you, in machine learning, we'll train them actually. In AI, it's not like that. They will learn by themselves and they will decide you are correct and this is working fine, this is not working fine. That's why we are going to call it as an artificial intelligence. They will decide it. In machine learning and deep learning, we will decide you are doing wrong, you are doing correct. We are going to decide it actually. But AI is not like that. But we have a concept called as a reinforcement learning is there. As part of the reinforcement learning, we'll be learning the AI concept.
So we are touching the some part in the
Some
AI.
part of AI part. It's because it's too, it's not that much easy to learn AI. So it requires a lot of maths and all these things we have to require. Implementation is very easy, but understanding how it is working is a little bit complicated way. So without learning anything, see, without understanding what is the background behind that, how it is working, implementation anybody can do. See, even machine learning also, without learning any algorithm also, we can implement them. But if you don't know what is an algorithm is doing, there is no meaning of implementing that particular algorithm. So we can't control that algorithm. We can't control it basically. Without controlling that, there is no use of that action.
Yeah, Vamsi, last
Yes,
question.
yes, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, whatever the topics we are covering with the entire course,
Mhm.
are there enough to do in the real time as well?
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. It is enough actually. See, whenever you are learning these many algorithms, no, these many algorithms. But once you go to the real applications, mainly we are going to be using we are going to be using. Mostly you are going to see. It depends on the domain also. I don't say that every domain uses the same thing. It depends on the domain which we are working. So mostly that the algorithms mostly there are going to be using is going to be decision trees, and the other one is going to be what we call it as a random forest, and we are going to be having something called as an gradient boosting is going to be there. So all these are not any new algorithms. Sorry, gradient boosting actually. These are all some kind of an extensions only. So decision tree extension is a random forest. Decision tree some extension is going to be gradient boosting is there. So these are the mainly the three algorithms which will be used actually. But my guarantee is, see, my guarantee is here we are learning some algorithms because there is no limit for the number of algorithms. How many algorithms we are going to learn? But what is my what is going to be my guarantee here is tomorrow if you see any new algorithm also, you will be in a position to understand and learn that algorithm by yourself. See, that is should be your learning. Whatever the topics we have been, so whether it is a Java or whether it is some other language you learn, it's not like you have to whatever I have been explained. If you understand that, that is not sufficient. In future, if anything new thing comes, again you should not come back to me or not only to me. You should not approach anybody to explain them or to make them to understand them. Actually, you will be in a position to understand what is an algorithm, how to handle that algorithm, how to understand that particular algorithm. You will be in a position of that action. That is my guarantee.
So in this case, if you understand algorithms well, then we almost it is easy for it's
absolutely
very easy.
It's same similar topic will be there. Same only thing is the maths behind the algorithm we have to study that. Okay.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the initial days, we can find much time to practice or
Yes, yes.
to learn new concepts.
Yes, yes.
So, can you provide any references where we can
Yeah,
learn theoretically?
Yes, yes. I told you, already told some references I'm going to give you. Each and every reference I'm going to give you first. So these you have to learn from here. So basically, see, basically for machine learning, I recommend to go for something like an for machine learning and all these things. We'll use this blog actually towardsdatascience.com. So this is going to be the best one, what we are going to be using. Every topic, every concept, you can find it actually. Okay. So this is one of the blog which we are going to follow. And apart from that, if you can spend if you can spend a little bit more money, I can give you some kind of an online platforms where we can learn it actually. It's not learning. I can say that it is for a practice platform. Actually, you can learn from there, but learning is impossible. But through the videos and all these things, we cannot learn it actually. So I think you may have seen about this, which is going to be one is datacam.com. So it will be costing you somewhere around 8,000 per a month or 8,500 per sorry, not per a month, per a year actually. Sorry. It is going to be per 1 year. It is going to be somewhere around, you can pay somewhere around 100 USD, I think. So now it's around 8,500. It is going to be cost you based on the exchange, all these things. So if you can buy this, you can practice here now.
So theoretically, we need to learn algorithms, right, sir?
Yes, theoretically you have to learn algorithms.
Okay. Apart
Theoretically
from that,
and then practically. Theoretical and then we have to implement them practically. But without learning theoretical, if you go for practical, you cannot understand it actually,
yes,
what
sir.
is happening internally.
So do we need to concentrate any other things, sir, on data science?
It's a slowly, step by step.
Okay.
We'll see them slowly. We'll see one by one, because all at a time we are having a lot of topics will be there. You cannot learn the things slowly. We have a step by step process will be there.
Vamsi, to be very honest, we do not see out of the box. So whatever you say, whatever the topics we are going to cover, the entire course, we'll just follow through and we'll able to practice interview again.
Yeah. That is see. No, it's not like that. Once if you start, as I told you, once if you get registered with this towards datascience.com, so automatically there is going to be, in IT, not only in data science, even in the IT field. So you cannot say that I know only this, I will learn only this, I'll practice only this. You should go out of the box actually. Only thing is we should have some resources of what it is going to be there. See, for example, there is a k-fold cross validation is there. Anyhow, I'll explain this. But once you go to the k-fold cross validation, you may find some point which is beyond what I have been discussed. Just an example, I'm talking about that. So I'll tell you what is k-fold cross validation, how it is done, all these things I'm going to tell you. So this all completely by using Python code only, even the code is, everything is going to be available. So if there is any, that means if you find anything new concept here now, you should be in a position to understand that particular things. So only thing is you have to find out a platform which is going to guide you, saying that these topics are there, these topics are related to that. So everything we cannot learn it in the class itself, no. So you have to go a little bit out of the box. I'm going to share you all that extra things and all these things I will be sharing to you.
Okay, great.
Okay, blog, you will be maintaining a group, will be maintained. So in the group, whenever I read these articles, even if I see my mail, if you see my mail, every day I'm going to get a lot of feed. I'm going to get it actually. So whenever I find that time, I don't delete them also. Generally, I don't delete them actually. See, you will be getting a lot of, these are all related to those options only. Like it's going to be related to all those particular options only. So medium.com or towards datascience.com. So I will be getting a lot of feed. I'm going to be getting it actually. So I don't delete them also. I'm going to maintain those particular links like this. Whenever I find the time, I will read the articles actually. So if I find that it is going to be, going to be an important, or if I feel that it is going to be something relevant, then automatically I'm going to share them in the groups and all these things. I'm going to share them actually. See, we'll be getting regularization in deep learning. So if I find that this is going to be important, so I'm going to just immediately. So it is going to be deep learning applications. If I find anything new, I'm going to share you that applications to you.
Okay. And on more last question.
Yes, go ahead.
So how should keep my mind ready to to wait and complete my course? Like, see, as I said that I'm complete non-background. Like, so sometimes it might be easy, sometimes it not be. It might be difficult to to understand and to to practice entire the course. So before I start this course, how should my mind keep it ready? Like,
it's an your personal, your mainly it is going to be your dedication, I can say that.
As you expect, as how do you suggest your students actually?
It's like start practicing. So first thing is going to be just try to understand try to understand the basic things. First, we are in the beginnings only. So when do you get in more and more interest here is when you go to out of the box. So if you just practice, today I have been discussed about some examples. So like I discussed about some concepts. So try to, if you implement only those things, you don't find anything interesting there, because already I have been explained, you have been doing that. But try to do some kind of a new examples and new applications, and try to read some little bit more and more stuff from the online. Now every day, now online is available. Everything is available online. Everybody is able to access the online, the internet actually. So if you go beyond that particular discussion, something, when the confidence will increase as here is, once if you learn something by your own, and if you learn it correctly, then obviously confidence and interest will be increases actually. That is the one thing what I can suggest you. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, guys. Already it is 9 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock. So, guys, just for today, it was delayed due to some technical issue. So, no worries. Tomorrow we'll be connecting by 9:10, 9:15. I'll start the session, and your session will be there up to 8:30 p.m. 8:30 a.m. is your actually the class timing. 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Minimum 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour 20 minutes class will be there actually, guys. Okay. So, thanks for today, and we'll meet you in the tomorrow's session. Same link, same time, guys. Thank you all of you for today. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.